All right, looks like we've got a good group of people, so I'm just going to go ahead and kick this off. I'm Darren Withers, Vice President of Operations and Business Development for mobileStorm. I've been with the company for about 6+ years now, so I'm a super user as well of our technology, so I'm running the webinar myself today. It's been a while since we've done a platform demo for all of our clients, and today isn't really about a full training. We do offer those, and at the end of this, I'll give everybody more information on how to get a full training from one of our somebody in our support team. But I also want to show off and sort of open up what we're doing with the platform and some of the improvements we've made. Now, some of our clients who have been with us for a very long time may not see these things in the platform. So today I'm going to actually turn these things on so you can see what we've built. If you have questions about anything, during the presentation, feel free. I'll try my best to get to them, although I've got a lot to squeeze into the next 60 minutes here. So I'm going to do my best. I want to try to give as much exposure to what we've done and what we can offer to our longtime customers and clients. I see that we do have some people here who are not current mobileStorm customers. For you, I'd like to say, if there's any questions at all at the end of this presentation, I'll tell you how to get in touch with us. But just try to write those questions down. Again, I don't know how much time we'll have at the end of this to really answer those, but our sales team is spot on, very knowledgeable, and they can get to you and do a live demo and go more in depth with the platform and show you more of the features that we have. All right, so with that, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to open up with the mobileStorm platform. By the way, in case you want to know who I am, I'm on LinkedIn. If you go to linkedin.com/in/Darren Withers, feel free to connect to me. If you want to see, hey, why should I listen to this guy? What has he done? It's all right there. So I'd love to connect with everybody as much as possible. I do try to put out content, and we're going to be doing a lot of webinars this year as well. So with that, let's dive right in. If you have used the platform before, you should know how to log in, but you can go to mobilestorm.com. Up in the right-hand corner, actually, we'll go there now just to show everybody, just in case. You'll see up in the upper right-hand corner here, log in. It takes you to our control panel. And actually, I'll just log in right now from scratch. As long as you have a username and a password, you should be able to get in. So a lot of you are very familiar with what you're seeing here. It's our standard platform. We haven't changed a lot of this for a long time, but we have made improvements that have a toggle on and off. So I'll show you some of the differences that makes. But we're constantly updating and adding features and capabilities. This year we should see some more superficial improvements to the platform, trying to make things more user-friendly. But when you work with mobileStorm now, we've actually gone to more of a managed service model. So all of our new clients coming on board have an account manager. And that account manager is here to help be the expert. And so that we're no longer just offering up the platform and saying, hey, here you go, hope you figure all this stuff out. But we have clients who have been with us since day one, who are still on that self-managed service level, and we're honoring those agreements, and we're happy to offer up that support. So this is kind of a nice refresher for those people who have been with us forever. And so let's just jump right in. I'm just going to go over some concepts about how the system's meant to work, why the system is the way it is. A lot of our clients are with us for email, so I'm going to emphasize email, but we also have mobile and SMS within the platform as well. Okay, so let's just go over a few things. This is the dashboard. When you log in, you're going to see your first 5 campaigns. You can click on any of these links when you log in, and it'll take you right to the reports. If you're not looking at your reports, that's, in my opinion, a big mistake. In order to understand what's going on with your marketing, with email especially, you have to understand the email rules and how the ISPs, and we call them ISPs like AOL, Yahoo, Gmail, and Hotmail, or MSN, those guys are your gatekeepers, right? They're sitting in between you and your customer, and they can decide to deliver your mail or not deliver it, and that's what this report is going to tell you. From campaign to campaign, you need to take a look and see, hey, am I getting a lot of complaints? Are people unsubscribing? What's happening with my email database? So it's very important. I do suggest that you click on these every once in a while. But with your account manager, that's our job, is to really tell you what's happening with your email database and what's happening with your text message subscribers. Down here, you get some aggregate numbers, just number of active subscribers. Active meaning that these people are subscribed. And notice how I use the word people. These are people that have email addresses or cell phone numbers. We like to keep that top of mind when we're doing marketing, right? Because we need to treat others as we'd like to be treated, and that's really the basis for all of these email rules and text message rules. So anyway, active subscribers means they're active. They have opted in to receive messages from you and offers from you. They have not unsubscribed and taken back that permission from you. And so that's your active number. You'll see it right here. It's about 12,000. Number of unsubscribes, this is global. This is aggregate to SMS and email, so it's not segmented out. You can get those in the reporting section. So again, unsubscribes, people who have opted out, replied stop to SMS, or click the unsubscribe link. Complaints. When we say complaint, it's not a pretty word. We understand that, but we also need to make sure the end user, your customer, understands how they can get out of programs. If they feel abused by any of our customers and clients, we need to honor their want to get out of those programs. So sometimes they will hit the spam button. If somebody opens their Gmail account, Hotmail account, they can mark something as spam. That counts as a complaint. Or you'll see at the bottom of every single email that we send that there is a complain link. And if somebody clicks that, it only gets reported to us, not AOL or Yahoo or Gmail or whatever email service that they use. They won't get reported to them. So it sort of allows us to remove that subscriber without getting hurt by somebody marking us as spam, which can hurt your delivery in the future. So you don't want any complaints. Those are bad. And then we see hard bounces. These are also something that internet service providers like AOL, Hotmail, and Gmail look for in terms of email. With SMS, it just means we have a bad phone number. There's really no delivery with SMS. So hard bounces and complaints are the two worst things we can have when we're doing sends. We monitor these, and we do reach out to clients when they break these thresholds, because Yahoo, for instance, they will not deliver your mail if you break their complaint threshold. And it's about one in every 1,000 people that you send to. If they complain, if it's more people than that, you're going to be in trouble, and you're going to see on your next campaigns that you're not getting as much mail delivered. And hard bounces too, per campaign, they don't want to see more than 10% of these addresses fail, which means bad addresses. So if you have people entering data into your spreadsheets and uploading those into mobileStorm, and those people are mistyping, instead of DARREN at yahoo.com, they put DAREN at yahoo.com. That email doesn't exist. We send to it, it fails, Yahoo notices that stuff, and they penalize us for it. So it's important that we get nice, good, fresh, clean data into the system at all times, because it's going to affect, again, just everything you do by campaign affects the future campaigns. So really want to make sure that you guys out there who are our customers understand that we're policing our network, but it's in your best interest, and it's in the best interest of all of our clients. Actually, the less we have of bad data, failed addresses, the fewer complaints we get across all of our clients, the more likely the mail that we send as mobileStorm for all of our customers gets into that inbox. So it's very important that we all follow these rules. Okay. Down here, you're going to see Launch Wizard. I recommend this if you're not very familiar with the platform. It's going to walk you through a lot of the features and things. So it's a very good tool. Over here, we have quick tips. You can turn that on or off. You'll see little question marks around certain features, and I'll just give you some quick tips about what that is. Down here, I also strongly recommend, if you're a self-managed client, is to keep an eye on the amount of messages you send. We do charge for overages, so it's important that you're on the right plan. And if you're not on the right plan, I suggest you reach out through support. all of that can be found up here. You can reach us through live chat or email us. But if you don't have enough messaging, as you send, this is going to go up. And every time you hit the send button, you're going to incur more messages. If you only have 10,000 and you go over by 1,000 or 500 or whatever, you can call us before the end of the month and you won't hit any overage fees. But if you let it go, our overage rates are quite high, usually higher than your regular rates, and you will get charged on your credit card for those messages if you're a credit card customer. So just something to be aware of, and we've tried to make it really easy for you guys to monitor that. So we put it right here in the platform. There's a nice bar graph that's showing you where you're at for the month. So it's nice and visual. Down here, you get to see your plan type, and you can adjust any of your credit card information, billing address, all of that stuff. So everything's pretty much in the platform. If you go under the Accounts tab, you're going to see a lot of user roles. Right now, you see one, but that allows you to create additional users for your accounts. And when these users log in, they're only going to see the lists and permissions for targets. Targets are a subset of a list, so males, right, within your list. If you have that data, you can actually restrict that access all the way down to just a selection of a certain list. And you have some toggles here that affect how that's viewed. Do you want people, users to only see their assigned target groups? You turn that on or off. Can they view database uploads? Yes or no? So all of your permissions are here. Usually the main one people want to turn off is the ability to export a database. That should be coveted. It's your data. Protect it. Make sure you're monitoring who has a user account and who doesn't. When employees are let go, it's very important that you go in here or notify your account manager and make sure that they're removing that access. So through this, you can control your accounts. Everybody will have a unique login, and I do suggest that you use those, not just sharing the same admin login with everybody in your group. Okay, so that's autoresponders, and take you to test accounts. I do feel like everybody should have a testing account, and what that means is you want to send yourself an email, and make sure that when you set up an email in mobileStorm that it looks correct, that it looks great in Gmail and on your phone and all these things. So this is where you go to set up that test account. You enter as many email addresses as you want. On the SMS side, we do recommend that you send yourself a text, again, just to make sure it's working properly, if there's links in it, all that stuff. You always want to test everything before you hit the send button. So you can put in up to 5 cell phone numbers into a single test list. You can have multiple test lists. So it's a good idea if somebody has to approve these things that you send them a test first. Our account managers follow that same process when they're working with you. They will test everything to a T and ensure that you've seen it and approved it. And that's another thing, is to make sure the word approved is understood by everybody in your group. If I say, hey, I sent you a test, and you go ahead and look at your email, did you click the links? Did they go to the right places? Are all the images correct? That's on you as the customer to know those things. And so we would like to facilitate that and keep things nice and organized. So it's a good idea to create test accounts. You can also view all of your database uploads, and you can get reports on those as well. You can see rejected records. Every time you do an upload, I would suggest taking a look at that. Also, we don't really, outside of coming on board, think that clients should be uploading. The idea with a subscription program, which is email or text, is that people are joining organically. They're signing up on your website through a form. They're texting in if it's a text message program. So very rarely should you have to do database uploads. And we also, as a company, we offer APIs. So we've integrated with ticketing companies. In the casino industry, we've integrated with kiosk companies like MGT. So there are plenty of automated ways to get data in, and it's very important because when you have an email program, somebody signs up on your website and they enter all their information, they're excited to get stuff from you. And if they don't get something right away, they feel let down, or they feel like maybe they didn't do something right. So it's important to get that integrated real-time sign-up process in there. And that way people are receiving text messages and emails back when they sign up. So our forms, by the way, and I'll show you the form section, do allow you to trigger a text message or an email from a sign-up so that people know, hey, I did it right. They get that email. You can actually ask them to confirm and click a link. So I'm actually going to go ahead and jump over to the list section, show you guys how to do that. So anyway, if you have any questions on this, feel free to go to support or chat, ask about any of these sections. We'll come back to targets. All right, we're going to go ahead and explain the concepts now. Where everything starts with mobileStorm is with a list. So I'm going to go ahead and create one to show you how simple that is. Click Create List. Now, if you're an email customer, only click email. If you have text messaging with us, you can click text. You can do one or the other or both. A list will accommodate both email and texting. So you can have one nice clean database. You know, Darren Withers, here's his email, here's his cell phone number. So we'll call this Darren's email and SMS master list. We do promote that you have one master list. A lot of clients, when they first come on board, what their instinct is to create a new list every time they do a send. Well, when somebody goes to unsubscribe from your email, actually, maybe I'll go ahead and show you this while we're here. I opened up my Gmail account just so you guys could see. You know, you'll see I have a ton of emails in here. Here's one client's email. Down at the bottom, you're going to see an unsubscribe link, right? So that unsubscribe link is attached to the list I sent from. So if I keep creating a new list every time, you're going to have people complaining to you going, hey, I keep unsubscribing and I keep getting your mail. I hate this. And then they hit the spam button. So you're actually, if you're creating a new list every time, you're almost forcing your subscriber to hit the spam button to get out of your program. So it is best, if you are in the habit of creating multiple lists, move to one single list, and we'll show you how to create targets within the list. So it's almost like sub-lists within a list. And that's the best way to do that, to make it easy for people to get out of your programs. Because if you make it hard, again, they're going to penalize you. So from here, we're going to go, I'm sending from mobileStorm. So you put in your from name. And why does the from name matter? Well, the from name shows up in the actual message. When you're doing an email campaign, you'll see the from name doesn't show up until I actually open up the email and the from address. From name shows up right here. So it's important that you use something that people will recognize so they don't put you in the spam folder, because they're not going to see the email address till they open up the actual piece of mail. In mobileStorm, we like to make sure you're using legit email addresses. It's how the internet service providers like to see you market. They want people to be able to reply. So a lot of times out in the marketplace, you'll see a no reply. You know, you'll receive an email that says no reply at mobilestorm.com. Don't do that. That's not what the internet service providers want to see. Yahoo wants to make sure that if you're sending mail that people can reply to you. And if they're having trouble getting out of your program, they can reply and say, hey, stop, unsubscribe, all that fun stuff. So it's meant to be a conversation. So we suggest you say customer service or something that represents what the program is. And over here, you'll see all of the previous addresses that you've proved to us that are real. And the way that we do that is when you enter an email address for the first time, our system triggers an email to this email address. You need to log into that account, open up that email, click the link, and then mobileStorm automatically approves that list. Or if you've done it before and just creating a new list with the same sending, you can just select from that list, and there it is. And I'm going to go ahead and create a keyword. We'll call it mobile 123. There we go. See if that's available. So if you're a mobileStorm customer and you're on our shared short code, 99158 is a shared code. That means many clients are using and sending from that short code. You can purchase more keywords. If you're a managed service client, you don't have to worry about this. Just contact your account manager. We'll be happy to take care of more keywords for you. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my super secret code that you can't see. And now I've leased that keyword. There we go, all done. Over here, it's going to say, would you like to request carrier name on subscriber forms? This is kind of an old thing, but it will add a drop down for carrier if people are signing up for your mobile program. So I usually turn that off now because we do actually go ahead and look that up automatically. So you don't have to ask the subscriber who's signing up on your web form, hey, do you use AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, or Sprint? Do you want to turn on the SMS Welcome Autoresponder? I always say yes. And from a legal standpoint, you do need to. There should be a confirmation message attached. So now that all this is done, I'm just going to hit save. There we go, and I have a nice live list. So now I'm ready to start signing my subscribers up to this list. Next step is we go and create a form. So I'm going to go to the My Form section. And I'm going to go ahead and create a custom web form. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Darren's email and SMS master. So now I'm creating a web form. Creating a web form does a couple of things. It creates an actual form that can be put out on the web that people can use to sign up. But it also defines the database fields. So here's a for instance. Let me go ahead and open up Excel real quick. If I own an ice cream shop, I might have collected some data, right? You're going to have first name. Probably can't see this. So let me go ahead and push that up. There we go. First name, last name, email, right? You have to have an email or a cell number, by the way, to upload anything into mobileStorm. It's called the unique identifier. It has to be there. Our system won't accept any other data. So we're not really a good customer relationship management tool if there is no email or cell number. There are plenty of companies that do that. It's just not what we do. So you have first name, last name, email, or cell. That's great, and those are all fields that mobileStorm has naturally. But what if I run an ice cream shop and I'm asking people, hey, what flavors do you like? Now it gets a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to put in my information, Darren at mobilestorm.com, and my phone number. We're not going to put the real one, just in case. I don't want my, well, you Google me, you'll probably find my phone number anyway. Should probably just give it away. And I like vanilla, sometimes strawberry. All right, so this might be your database if you run an ice cream shop, right? And then you're going to have a ton of people just like this. So let me show you why creating a form is so important. Do you want to turn the confirm opt-in on? That means when somebody signs up on your web form, our system will trigger an email to that user. They'll have to open that email and click a link to verify their subscription. They won't be added to your list unless they click that link. So we leave the option of turning that on or off. We do suggest turning it on. It means you're going to get good, accurate data. But a lot of our customers don't want that on because they're afraid they won't get as many people to confirm. So it's really a matter of preference, although we do strongly recommend it. Since this is a live form, you can put some copy in there. Please enter your information below to receive wonderful offers from Darren's ice cream shop. There we go. Now we're telling people what to do on the form. You can add a logo. I'm not going to do that right now. You can actually add a banner. Here's the sizes, 468 by 60 for the logo. It's 100 pixels. You just upload those, find them on your desktop. Or you can add a banner if that's hosted somewhere else, just pop in the URL. Down here, you can select from any of our templates, or you can just pick a background color. So I'm just going to do that, make it simple. There we go, select a font color. We'll choose white, make it easy. And then you have a redirect. So when somebody hits submit on the form and enters your database, you can drop them wherever you want. So I'm just going to drop them on mobileStorm. But maybe you want to get a little bit more interaction. You could drop them on your Facebook page, right? There we go. And we're going to click proceed. So here's where I actually get to choose the form fields that will show up on my form. So I do want to collect a cell phone number. I do want a first and last name. And it's up to you if you want address. Physical addresses don't really help us too much. Maybe you only want a zip code or a state or a city. Birth date, those are important, so you can do birthday offers. And you'll see on here that we don't have a field for what matters to my customers, which is what flavors they enjoy, right? So I need to go down here at the bottom, add a custom field. So I'm going to create a custom field called flavors, or since it's going to be on my form, what are your favorite flavors? And is it required? Nope. But it's going to show on my form. Is it open-ended? Nope. We're going to give people options. It's going to say vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Can they select more than one at a time? I suppose it's possible for people who like more than just vanilla. So we'll make it possible and say yes. So down here, by checkboxing yes, they can choose more than one. It actually changes the behavior of this field to make it an append field. It means they can hold more than one piece of data. If I say no, it can only have one. It's going to be one or the other. So it's very important that you choose correctly. If you need help with that, again, come to support or talk to your account manager and they can help you out. We're going to have checkboxes. We're going to hit save. So now I'm happy with my form. What I'm going to do is hit save, and you'll see now that I have a web form. I can go ahead and click here, take this URL, drop it into my browser, and now I have a live web form. This is a very basic form. I'll show you one that we dressed up. So you could actually take our form code and drop it into any web page. So if you were to go to, let's see, mobileStorm. This is a form that we created for a convention that we attend. This is our actual web form, and we had a designer go and create this. So it looks very different, right, from our out-of-the-box web form. So there's a lot you can do with these things. We also have APIs that accomplish the same thing. Say you want to build a form from scratch. So any of our account managers or support team can help you guide you in the right direction, give you those API docs if you have a developer that can do that for you. Otherwise, we can make some recommendations. So when people come to your site, they can enter now their information. Darren at mobileStorm. And let's see, my cell phone number. You'll see that we automatically put in the legal information that has to be there, how many alerts per month, messenger zeros may apply, all that fun stuff. And then the user just enters their info. And let's see, I'm not going to tell my real birth date. Maybe I will. You guys can send me presents. 79, there we go. And I'm a big fan of vanilla and strawberry. So I hit submit. And look, it's going to drop people right there to my Facebook page. So pretty cool stuff. It's kind of a nice, get that extra like for your business, or, drive people to your Twitter page, whatever you want. But you're getting people to sign up on that form. They like you, obviously, and they're going to go over there. So now what happens, and let me go ahead and go to search subscribers, show you this. That data went right into mobileStorm. So let's go ahead, Darren's test list. Let's find that. There we go. I'm going to hit a search for all the subscribers on that list. And now you see that I made it through a custom web form. And all my information now showed up. So you can always look at that and open this up and go, okay, here's all this information that we got. And you'll see vanilla and strawberry show up as my favorite flavor. So web forms are great. They're out of the box. They're included with your plan. We suggest that you use them and make that your main method of sign up. If you do have to upload data, just know that we have a delivery team. I'm not going to do a full database upload for you right now, but you can upload using single field or multiple field. If it's over 1,000 records, though, our delivery team has to look at that, and they're going to ask you where that data came from. They're going to maybe have some questions for you if it's a large database, because we need to help you get better delivery. And so the only way we can do that is sort of by policing and educating. And so that's all they're doing. And you might get a response back asking you for more information. Unfortunately, sometimes we can't take certain databases if they're old. A third of email addresses turn over or fail in the course of a year. It's because people abandon their addresses and things. So we have to look out for that type of data. And sometimes clients will come to us with databases that are older than a year, 2 years, 3 years. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of email and the way these internet service providers, who are our gatekeepers to the customer, allow data, and they will penalize us. And if we allowed that type of data, unfortunately, it would make us a useless sender. We wouldn't get any of your mail through. So there's reasons for it. We'd love to educate you on that. On that note, if you do want to do some self-educating, I did pull up just a couple of tabs here so you could take a look. But I do want to show you some things. And bulk sender guidelines by Gmail, they'll tell you exactly how they suggest you send. Yahoo, who's usually about 30% of our clients' databases, they tell you right here, use and honor the opt-in method of subscription for your mailing list. Make sure subscribers have actively verified their intent to receive your mailings. Honor the frequency of the list intent. Don't start sending daily emails to subscribers of your monthly mailing. Honor unsubscribed requests quickly. They also tell you to remove, consider sending an email, reconfirmation email to inactive subscribers periodically, or just remove them entirely. So we follow what Yahoo says, because we have to mirror exactly what these internet service providers, they're telling you exactly how you get your mail through. And a lot of clients don't like hearing this, but it is unfortunately the nature, and they are the gatekeepers. So, there's nothing we can do to get our mail through if Yahoo doesn't like what we're doing. All right, so you guys can check those out. Yahoo, every major free email service provider has a page like this. It's called a Postmaster's page. So feel free to check it out, and you guys can take a look at that at your leisure. Let's go back to what we were doing. So I'm going to pull up the mobileStorm platform again. All right, so I'm going to take you real quick. Now that we have a list set up, we have a form, we're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to go ahead and send some stuff. But maybe I don't want to send the entire list. I just want to send to people who like vanilla. So instead of creating a new list, I'm going to go into the target section, and I'm going to create a target for just people in my list that like vanilla. And the way I do that is I go into targets, I add a target, think of it like a segment, and you select the list. So you just find Darren's email and SMS master. And this allows me to, how am I going to tell who likes vanilla? Well, on our form, our people that are signing up are telling us what flavor they like. So I just choose everybody that checkboxed vanilla. So I just check that off and I hit save. Now I've got a target created for just those people that like vanilla. Make sense? It's pretty simple, and it'll stop you from having to create a million lists, and you'll just be able to have one nice, neat email and SMS master, and you can create male-female targets. You can create, it's endless. And if you have questions on that, again, go to our support tab, go to live chat, or just email us. Next, I'm going to jump into actually creating a campaign on the email side. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Go ahead and add email campaign. You'll see that there's 4 methods of creating an email campaign. We have custom HTML. You can do that and go ahead and click custom HTML. It'll have a place for you to enter your actual HTML for your template. If you're very proficient with coding, or you use an agency, this might be a preferred method. It's really up to you. You don't have to use it. We also have a editor so that you can view and do some simple changes. I do want to stress the word editor. It's not a email creation tool. That we do offer those services. So if you guys need a template or anything, you just feel free to email us and we can get you one of those. But this is for working within a template, either one that's already in the system. And you'll see down here that we have a lot of templates to offer. But if you get a custom one, or you're coming to us with a template, you can really insert it here in the build your own section. You'll also see A/B split campaigns. I'm not going to go into too much depth on that, but it allows you to test subject lines. It'll send it to a small portion of your database. It'll wait an hour or two and see how many people open one version, or version 1 or version 2. And based on the winning campaign, everybody that's left over in the list, the other 90%, will get the winning campaign. So I do recommend testing. It helps you learn about your database, what people like, what subject lines are going to get them to open your mail. So we do recommend that. Use the tools that we have available to you. So I'm going to go ahead and click build your own. And so first you select your list. Who am I sending to, right? So yeah, we're going to send to, oops, that is not correct. There we go. We're going to send to Darren's email and SMS master. Now, I do recommend, whether you make a copy of a campaign, a previous campaign, or you're starting fresh, that you name these appropriately so that you can find them in the future. The way I name campaigns is I mimic the name of the list I'm sending to. Then I put a dash in and the content, so it's vanilla ice cream offer. And then I put the date and time that I'm sending. So this would be 1/15/16 at 2 p.m. PST. So that way, all the information I need to know about this campaign is contained right there. I don't have to guess. I can just look in my, and this will help for reports as well. So it's really a good practice to just kind of put everything in that order, but come up with whatever you like. But I wouldn't just leave it the same, as every other campaign, because it'll make things harder to find. Down here, you see the targets that we have. So I can really pick any of these targets. So if I go down to my uncategorized, you'll see down here that there's vanilla, and that's the one I wanted to check. So by checking vanilla, it's not going to send to the entire database. It's only going to send to those people that told me they liked vanilla. And down here you control, okay, by checking this box, does it only send to those? If I click any, it will only send to people who like vanilla in my list. If I click all, say I picked vanilla and, where's that, ladies. So now it's only going to pick ladies who like vanilla ice cream. And by choosing all, that will do that. If I select any and I have those two targets selected, it's going to give me anybody who likes vanilla and all ladies in the list. So it'll be a bigger group. And by selecting not, I'm going to unselect ladies. And now I'm going to exclude people that like vanilla. So there's a lot of ways you can use that targeting. But for this purpose, I'm just going to send to the vanilla people and say any. Down here, we can turn this on or off. It's list level. It's campaign level suppression. Maybe there's just a few people you don't want to receive this particular email. You can enter their email address here or their cell phone number if it's a text message campaign. Here you can actually edit the from name. So I might go Darren's ice cream. It's important that the people recognize this because this is what's going to show up in their inbox when they're looking at your mail. Dynamic tokens. I'm going to explain this in just a minute. We have about 23 minutes left today. This is one of the new features that we're trying to show you and showcase. So I'll get back to this. So anyway, just hit save and continue. Then you put in your subject line. You'll see that there's personalization options. The way you create those tokens, any piece of data that you have, a first name, a last name, that you want to insert and personalize that each email can be created in the personalized section. It's very simple. You should be able to get through that quickly. You create those tokens first. And then, so I already created one for first name, called it F name. I'm going to put it in the subject. So now, if it's sent to Darren at mobilestorm.com, and the word Darren will populate where it says F name. But for somebody else, it's going to populate their own first name. Vanilla ice cream offers for January. There we go. So now I've got my first name in there. I don't actually have any creative set and ready for ice cream, so I'm going to use a different one. And the actual campaign we created to produce this webinar today is what I've got. So I'm going to show you how to insert your HTML. There we go. You just put it in the editor. That button is right here where it says HTML. It opens this window. You pop in your HTML if you have it and update. There we go. Now you'll see that we have our, in our editor here, we have our HTML. And now you can go in here and edit stuff. If I wanted to, I could pop in first name token right here in the body. There we go. Now Darren's going to populate in there. If I need to change images out, I can do that. I just click the image button. This will take me into my image library. We can upload more images. Make sure those image sizes are small. I've seen clients upload 1 megabyte, and the resolution for that is way too much. It's going to be hard to download on mobile devices and things, so make sure these images are very small. It should be about 100 kilobytes total for your entire email with all the images combined together, so just keep an eye on that. But you can select any image you want to, and you'll see that it changed out on its own. So it's very easy and simple. If you need to create hyperlinks, you just click on the hyperlink button, enter the URL. There you go, click insert. Now I've hyperlinked that. So it's also very important here, you'll see the plain text. So our system will import a lot of the plain text, but it's important that you maybe go through and type it out, come up with a format that works for you. Plain text is exactly how you, what it says. It's plain text, there's no HTML. So this is a default. The internet service providers like to see that you're doing these. It can help your delivery because they can, their little spiders can crawl and read this copy and go, okay, it matches what's in the HTML. This looks good. We want to put this in the inbox of the person they're trying to send it to. So very important. Make sure it's best practices to have that plain text. Believe it or not, some people still set their settings to plain text only. Once you're happy with all of this, just hit save and continue. Or actually here, you can preview it. This is what it's going to look like on the web, but it's most important that you send an actual test to yourself. Now we do have some add-ons. These are going to add on to the bottom. We actually tokenized all of these so you could put them into your template. Token, again, like that first name token. So these links can populate anywhere into your template. But you could also just add them on by clicking. We do recommend turning on click tracking so you can get reporting on who clicked your links, whitelist reminders, social, showing the email online, et cetera, et cetera. turn all that stuff on. And it's showing me the links that are going to be tracked. Click Save and Continue. There we go. This, to me, is the most important page. Nothing will happen here if you hit Save as a draft and hit Save. It'll just stay alone. Anything that's selected off to the left is what will happen when you hit Save. So if I hit Send now, you have a 10-minute buffer where you can actually stop the campaign. But once that 10 minutes passes, it's going to send. You could schedule your message for whenever you want, get it out the door, specific time. There we go. And get that out there. You could send a test to yourself, and you should. You select your test group, you hit Save, it will actually send you the test. You can click the links and find out where it goes, or just save it as a draft. We're running at about 20 minutes left, so I'm just going to jump into SMS real quick. We're going to do these every month, so don't worry. Again, if you have questions, go to support, ask your questions, and we'll help you out. But this is just meant today to be an overview, but I did want to go through those basics, and a lot of our clients who use email typically have the most problems. Text is easy. We either have inbound or outbound campaigns. I'm going to show you some of the outbound ones. The simplest thing you can do is an alert. So I'm going to check my email or my SMS master. I'm just going to, for the sake of time, just move it along a little bit quicker. And you get to the text message. So you just pretty much draft your message. When you're doing text, you need to identify yourself. So I would say mobileStorm. Or, Darren's Ice Cream. It's important, and it's best practices to identify yourself because people don't necessarily remember the short code, especially on a shared code where multiple, somebody signs up for your program and another client's program, they may be getting messages from both. So definitely tell them who you are, and you can go 50% off ice cream today only. Come in and bring a friend. And our system is going to go ahead and add the necessary required language for stop and help at the bottom. You get a character count. You only have 160 characters. You can do the same personalization tokens. Fairly simple. You're also going to see polls, quizzes, trivia. I recommend just playing around with those. Again, if you have, you need some help, you can go ahead and ask our support team. They'll be able to do that for you. Data Builder is really cool. You can select email address so that people can text in their email. The way they would do that is they text the keyword. If I use the keyword mobile, they would text back the keyword mobile followed by their email address. And our system will actually get the email and the cell number. So it's very cool. You can collect up to 4 pieces of information when you do this. And if they do that, you'll send them a response. Hey, thanks for submitting your email address. Please check, tell them, please check your inbox for a welcome email from us. So give them a little bit of instruction. Do you want to send an auto response? Yes, we do. Great, they do that. And that's where that message would go. You tell the system, hey, how long do you want to collect emails via text for? So you can have this run for up to a year or longer. It's up to you how long you want it to run. You'll also see up here Rsvp and coupons. Those are going to take a lot longer, but we have coupon management. So if you're running a retail operation, you can generate unique coupon codes. We can actually load those into the system and apply a unique code to every offer, whether people text in or sign up on your form and we trigger back an email offer to them. All those things can be tracked, so it's very important. You want to know if people, when they come in and say, hey, I got this email for 50% off, then there's a code at the bottom, XJ579. You can enter that in right into your POS, or we have a redemption site right here in mobileStorm. So you'll see that there's a lot of extra features. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go through all of them, but they are very cool, and I suggest that you ask. We can do custom footers for you. There's text-to-screen voting. There's all sorts of great stuff in here. Because we're an email and SMS platform, a lot of these features work together with both text and email. Rsvp, we do a party in Las Vegas every year, so we actually use our own system to do that. This is an Rsvp event manager, so people can text in their Rsvp if you're doing print ads and you're in the nightlife industry, or you do retail, you do maybe events in store. You want people to come to that, you can advertise it, people can text in and say, yeah, I'm coming. We typically see about 90% of the people that RSVP through text or through a web form using our stuff actually show up to the event. It's a great tool. It's another way to track your marketing and make sure that, hey, people have every opportunity to come. You can set reminders. You can make sure you get the guest list. Our system will send that automatically. So there's a lot to it. It's very cool stuff. Under the report section, I suggest you take a look around. I'm not going to have time today to really go through reporting, but like I said, we'll have other webinars like this going forward, and where we'll specialize and kind of hone in on the different features of the platform. And I think that's going to cover it for now. I do want to jump into just a couple of new features so you guys can see all the things we have going on. So let me show you. I'm going to take you into a dynamic token. So you saw me set up an email campaign, and that's great, right? But we've actually taken a step further. For customers who do very database-driven offers, like casinos, for instance, we wanted to give you a way to set up very personalized offers where there may be money or discounts involved. Those are very sensitive types of emails because, in the casino industry, for instance, if you give somebody an offer for $50 worth of free gaming, they would have to honor that. So it's very important that we know that it's correct and it's going to the right person. So in this case, I'm going to show you, this is an email for one of our customers. You'll see a token in here, and we can actually go ahead and load and set this up just like you saw me do before. Once it's set up, we actually want to go in and see who we're sending to. So let me just take you into this campaign. We call this dynamic tokens. And when you log in, what's the difference is from what you just saw was we actually create a pre-send report. So you can actually see here who's going to get it because they're active in the list. And maybe some of these people that we loaded into this campaign, this does require you to come to us and say, hey, here's a list of people that are supposed to get these offers. Here's the amount of money they're going to get off or free or whatever. If you have that list all ready to go, maybe it looked like, for instance, this, it's going to have dollar amounts and first names and account numbers. So if you have that, we can load it in. Our system will actually report back to you, hey, this person's not in the list, this person unsubscribed, this person is a bounce or whatever. For those that can receive the offer based on them being in our master list, you open that up and you can actually see the entire email rendered. So the first name is populating. This will show up. If you gave us 5,000 people loaded into the system, you would actually be able to check every individual email, all 5,000 of them, here in the pre-send report. So now you know, hey, Forrest is going to get his $100, and that's his account number. That's actually going to populate into the email. So it's very unique. We created this for our casino customers who have, a lot of risk when they send these types of campaigns. We want to make sure it works well. This works for both email and for text. So if you are doing heavy personalization and very complex offers, this is a great tool. This is one of the new things that we've just spent about the last year and a half building and making really good for our customers. This is something we have to turn on and is not available to our legacy customers. So please feel free to reach out or go into support if you're interested in something like that. We'd be happy to let you see it. Another thing I wanted to show, and I'm doing something in the background right now for you to be able to see. Just give me one sec. I'm just turning on a feature. So I'm going to enable. There we go. So let me go ahead and refresh and go into the campaign section. And now you see a refreshed, this does not look like it did before, right? Now you see all this great information off to the side. I can preview. So it's just a new look that we've created. Kind of makes everything nice and neat and tidied up. If I need to edit the campaign or clone the campaign, it makes it very simple. So we did add some fresh new features to make everything look nice and neat when you log into mobileStorm. These are features that can be turned on or off. So we wanted to give a little bit of a facelift to our platform and kind of reorganize some things. When I go to Add SMS Campaign, I'll take you in here and show you some things. We're going to do an outbound. You'll see that the target section has also changed. So this is a new improvement. Now I can select my targets, and they're nice and neat and organized. It used to be just one long, crazy, semi-unorganized, but this makes everything a lot cleaner and nicer. So you can easily select and unselect the targets you want for your campaign. Also going to turn on, try this now, just take 1 second. I'm actually going to sign out and go into a different account, show some of our location services. So for some of you who have been with us for a long time, may not understand that we've done some back-end improvements. We've been working with a company called Location Smart, and this has been since 2013. We've been working on this. So for clients who want to locate people who have opted in to receive text message offers, we can now facilitate that type of a campaign. And I'll just show you in the interface what that looks like. It's pretty fresh, pretty new, and you can see, hey, oh, there's LBS. LBS stands for location-based services. So you can create that campaign. You can just select the list here. Let me go ahead and just choose any of these. And you'll see geolocation. I can put in an address. So I'll put in our now you know how to, and now you know where to send the Christmas cards to. And I can say as small as a half a mile or as large as I can think of. So we do this with our clients in Vegas a lot. You know, Vegas is a tourist market. Visitors come in, they want to receive text. When they leave and go home, they don't want to anymore. So this ensures if I say, you know, go 20 miles from the center of Vegas out and only send to people within that circle, this is how I do that. So I can say from our office in Encino, let's do 5 miles out. So if you're a retail operation, maybe you want to send to people that are close by. And you could do that. So I can say, hey, get coordinates. There's the coordinates. It's latitude and longitude. And I'm going to say add. There we go. Now I have the coordinates. That's my geofence. I can go in here and create a campaign and send it. So it's pretty cool stuff. I can actually get the subscribers separate from, I can locate people separate from sending. I can say send to people that are in Vegas now or send to people that are outside of Vegas now. I can say, let's look up who's in Vegas right now, but send to them at 5 o'clock. So we've really built this thing out, and it's very cool stuff. If you're interested in that or you want to talk to us about it, you know, definitely I'll show you at the end of this who you can reach out to talk about these new features and these new things that we have. We just literally this past month increased our capabilities with doing location-based text messaging. This does require you to have your own short code. So there's a lot that goes with that. But if you can do it, this location layer adds such a crazy amount of relevancy to what we do as text marketers, right? So it's very cool. We also, at the end of this month, we should have a URL shortener. So you'll be able to send text and track links within the text messages. That's coming, and it should be done within the next 30 days. And I don't have that to be able to show, but I did want to go ahead and make an announcement about that. One more thing, you may not know this, as mobileStorm, you've been with us for a long time, but I do want to show that we do have a whole other technology platform that some of you may not be aware. It was built for the healthcare industry. It allows us to do something called App Mail. So it's very cool stuff. App Mail is an in-app message. It's secure. It was built for the healthcare industry. It allows us to send messages right into a mobile app. Think of the mobile app having its own inbox, and we can power the push notifications to that app. This platform also supports email and text. We have a small number of large enterprise customers that use this platform. It's very much for being integrated. So if you want to do things triggered based on something in your customer record. So in the casino industry, this is a really good platform for when you have people in your loyalty program, right? They go and get a Players Club card. Maybe you want to notify them when they reach another level, right? Hey, it's your birthday. This system will act on the birth date. It'll act on the last time they showed up in your store and say, hey, you haven't been here in 2 weeks. Send a text. So it's very cool from that perspective. It does a lot more than, it does very different things than our current legacy platform. We've developed this over the last 6 years. It's robust. It does a ton of things. But I did want to make our clients aware that we have other technology as well. We also work with lots of partners. So, you know, we go out there with a company that does a mobile scratcher. You can actually text the word storm to 38714. STORM to 38714. You can try that out. we try to bring our clients the best engagement tools possible out in the marketplace. So, we're constantly looking out there and partnering and seeing how we can get more data into our client accounts. There's all sorts of things that make mobileStorm more relevant and more powerful. And really, we are more focused than ever on creating really good partnerships that add utility to our text messaging and our email capabilities. But this is just another tool. If you're going the mobile app route, we'd love to talk to you. We have lots of partners in that space as well. And I think we're almost running out of time. I do want to see, maybe I can pop in and see if there's any questions. So let me go in here. Is it possible to see the recorded version of this webinar? Yes, it is. I am recording this. So we will get it up on our website, and we'll go ahead and shoot everybody an email as soon as we get that. When I use a large list and then maybe use the same list 2 days later, usually a number of email deliveries are unsuccessful on the second delivery. But the next time the list is used, the successful number goes up. Again, how do you account for that? So this is important to know. There is a quarantine that happens when you send. So if I were to send a campaign from our existing mobileStorm control panel, and tomorrow I send to that same list, what happens is the send I sent, if I send today to 10,000 subscribers, there's going to be a portion of those emails get rejected. And that could be, Comcast is notorious for this, right? They'll send us back, hey, you can't send to more than 100 people in a single campaign. They'll ship those back to us. Yahoo might decide, hey, we have a bunch of unknown bounces, and those subscribers will then be taken out of your list temporarily for 48 hours. After 48 hours, they're added back. So you're going to see your list go up and down. It's very fluid. Your database is the number of subscribers you see in your database are only at that particular time, because things are constantly changing and moving with email. So it's very important that if you have those type of questions, feel free to hop into chat. We can always answer these. These are really quick but good questions. And we want you to understand why we do that. It's in your best interest, because sending to those subscribers within that 48-hour period after a Yahoo or a Comcast told us, hey, we're not delivering that mail, it just makes us look bad. Makes it look like as your provider, we're not listening. So we do hold those back, but we do add them back because they are good email addresses. Somebody said, hey, how are dynamic tokens different than a custom field? Dynamic tokens pulls data from, it's completely separate from the actual database, right? So in the list section, you saw I created a list, and it had ice cream and flavors. Well, say I wanted to create a campaign with a bunch of dollar amounts, right? For $20 in free ice cream, $10 in free ice cream. These are free ice cream amounts. I don't necessarily need to store this because it's a one-time promotion. I don't need it to be permanently in my database, right? I don't need it to be permanently part of my list. And it's dangerous too. I might accidentally send another campaign in the future, and I don't want to accidentally leave, $25 in there for somebody who shouldn't get that later on. So the idea was for just a single campaign, we can create these a separate list, and just what I upload into that campaign will populate into the campaign, the email that I showed you earlier, right? Through those tokens like first name, play amount, whatever I put in here. So it's really a way to make sure that we don't leave data in the system that can mess you up later on in a future campaign. It was really important that we did that. And plus, you only get 20 custom fields in mobileStorm per list. And it doesn't make sense to take up those valuable permanent fields with stuff like, hey, this is only good for this one promotion. So that's why we created it. I do suggest, again, talking to your account managers. This is it certainly is a complex feature, and it was built to save time. We used to try to do these types of campaigns. It would take hours and hours and hours of testing. Now we can get it done fairly quickly. So it looks like there are more questions. We apologize. We will go through those and try to get those answered. We did an hour today. We're going to keep doing these, so don't worry. Again, send your questions directly to us, and we'll be happy to answer those. Let me go ahead and pop up my PowerPoint screen one more time. And get you guys some information. So if you liked what you saw today, I'm sorry, we only had an hour. I could probably spend about 5 going through everything in the system and our new technology and some of our partner technologies. We have a lot going on. So if you need any more information about what you've seen and you're an existing mobileStorm customer, first of all, thank you for your business. We appreciate you. Go into the support tab and you can live chat with us. There's always somebody there, or shoot us a support email at support@mobilestorm.com. Somebody will get back to you within 24 hours. But if it's urgent, go to chat. If it's not so urgent, you just have questions, shoot us an email. If you're interested in becoming a mobileStorm client, email sales@mobilestorm.com. I get those directly, so I see those and I'm happy to respond. But we also have a sales team who will reach out to you, and we are fast, so no worries there. We'd be happy to do custom presentations and custom showcases to show you the features that you're actually interested in. And when we offer so much, it's hard to not be broad, but we kind of have to. So we're launching more features to come. I do suggest everybody gets in the habit of coming to these. Again, we will record them so you can come back to this and view it again and again and again. So I do appreciate your time today. I hope everybody enjoyed what I had to show. I hope people walk away having said, hey, I learned something today. And we'll definitely talk to you again soon. So on behalf of mobileStorm and the entire team, thank you for your business. Thank you for showing up today, and we'll hear from you again very soon.